Hello everyone, hope you are doing well. So here we have another missing sentence question. Um, and the direction for this question is what? There is a sentence that is missing in the paragraph below. Look at the paragraph and decide where option 1, 2, 3, or 4 blanks are there. The sentence would best fit out of one or out of this four. So the sentence stated, you might just walk right by it. This is the sentence which need to be fit in any of the blank. So the paragraph stated perhaps self-relevance, right? Self-relevance is called as the idea that something is personally meaningful or relates directly to an individual's own experience. So perhaps self-relevance helps at least some of the time to form a bridge to that other world, right? Now, you can say that to form a bridge to that other world, uh, it is nothing but a metaphor meaning to create a connection to understand between one's own experience and something unfamiliar, such as a piece of art, right? So, that an art lover seeks to access. While tolerance for the unfamiliar can vary from person to person. So tolerance for the unfamiliar, it's indicating the ability to accept or appreciate something that is new, uh, strange, or not easily understood. Right? For most of us, if something is presented in a way where we can immediately uh, map it on some aspect of our own experience, right? So it is again suggesting that we relate to connect new information to something we already know or have experienced, isn't it? So then we can get much deeper, much quicker. So an idiom meaning to understand or connect with something more profoundly and rapidly. So this one is suggested by Wessel. For all that might seem foreign about a shadowy Renaissance scene or Cubist portrait, right? There may be something in it that chimes with your experience. Now, it is again indicating that something resonates with or is similar to your own experience, right? In doing so, offers a foothold. So, it indicates a secure position that makes progress or understanding easier. It could mean that you are able to attain to a feature, um, or to notice or focus on a particular aspect or characteristic of something that you can make sense of. Vessel says, otherwise, you might not even pay attention to it. So it gives a clearer understanding of the language and concept used in the text. So helping to grasp its overall meaning and nuances. Right now, look at the uh, option. Which one will best fit, or which blank where the sentence would best fit? So, as we understand, the text provided discusses where to place a specific sentence within a passage, focusing on the most, uh, you can say, coherent logical flow of ideas. So, let's see that which option go here. Now, the first option one, if we look into that, you might just walk right by it, isn't it? So, positioning the sentence at the at the third blank, right? So, first and third blank. So, what do we find out? Means positioning the sentence at the third blank would disrupt the introduction of the concept of self relevance. The sentence at this point would not align well with the passage, right? Um, would not align as well as a progression from introducing the idea to the exploring how it works. It would create nothing but a disjointed narratives, isn't it? Weakening the overall argument. Now, if I look at the option three, or you can talk about um, in the first place, although this placement might seem reasonable because it would conclude the paragraph it is not as impactful as placing it right after explaining the importance of self-relevance. The passage flow would be less smooth and you can say that emphasize on the importance of personal connection to art might be diluted. Now, if I look at the um, option two, right? Option two. So what do we find out? Uh, option two or blank two. What do we find out? That placing the sentence at this point interrupted or interrupts the detailed explanation of what how self relevance helps people connect with and understand art, isn't it? So the passage would become less coherent, or you can say that less continuous idea, because the sentence would be placed before the explanation is fully developed. This premature placement disrupts the flow of ideas, making it less effective in conveying the passage's main point. And if you look at the first option, first blank, what do we find out? Positioning the sentence right there. So uh, can be cannot be called as appropriate because it makes like what the concluding idea, right? Uh, and it would be best fit if we use it in the option four, right? So where it is clearly used and it concludes the passage with a strong emphasis on the importance of self-relevance. Self-relevance in noticing and appreciating art. It aligns with the preceding explanation that this personal, without this personal connection, people might overlook or ignore certain feature in art. By placing the sentence at a blank four, um, it serves as a concluding remark that reinforces the idea presented earlier in the passage. So hence we can say option four or blank four is the correct choice because it makes sure that the passage flows logically from the introduction of the idea of self-relevance to its importance in understanding art, culminating in the conclusion that without this connection, certain features might be ignored or unnoticed. Hence, we can say option four would be correct blank where the sentence would best fit. Hope you understood this. That's all. Thank you.